America's Cup for me has always been an ambition to win the Cup for Britain, where it all started. You know, we've never won the America's Cup, and that's the motivation to push as hard as we are to get that Cup back to Britain for the first time. Sometimes you have to pinch yourself on these boats because you look around, suddenly you realise just how fast you're going when you compare yourself to the chase boats or other boats that are out in the harbour. Most of the time you're so focused on trying to keep the boat going near its optimum, trying to keep it upright on the foil. You don't really have time to think about quite how fast you're going, but they consume a huge amount of energy and focus to sail well, but that's also really rewarding if you can get the boat up and near its optimum. Fantastic out in the water to get these boats out there on the Gulf, on Auckland Harbour. I mean, it's a pretty narrow, tight stretch of water, and it's full on. You know, if you have a crash in one of these boats, if you fall off the foil or you nosedive, you lose the rudder, at that point you just really become a passenger, and that's a little bit scary, you know, truth be told, because you don't really have any control, and if you stuff your nose in at 40 knots or whatever, you know about it. I think to win the Cup you need three key elements. You need to have obviously a great sailing team and a great design team, and then you need the funding and management to put all that together. For whatever reason in the UK we've probably had campaigns where we've had kind of one but not all three of those elements together, and that's a trick. And the continuity. You look at a team like Team New Zealand, they've been in the America's Cup game now for 30 years. And okay, the people have changed over those years, but that learning, that collective, and the history that Team New Zealand now has is massive. And so that's really what we need to try and build in the UK. Well, we're obviously a very proud maritime heritage, and we've won just about everything else in sport, but the America's Cup is the one thing that we've never won. So that's something that kind of hurts really, and it's 170 odd years of hurt. So like I said, that's our motivation to try and put that right. I'm committed to winning the America's Cup for Britain and to get 4 boats out on that patch of water. All of the spectators, I think it's just going to be the most amazing competition, and going up against Team New Zealand on home waters, it's a bit like taking on the All Blacks at Eden Park. It really doesn't get any tougher than that in our sport, and that's the challenge that we're after. You know, sportsmen, you want to be tested against the best and put yourself in that arena, and we're certainly doing that down here in Auckland.